Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. There is some great news for Pakistan. The Pakistan Street Chal football team has made it to the semi-finals of the Norway Cup. They beat Germany in the quarterfinals by 3-2. Exceptional performance by these young lads. It's been absolutely terrific. We've been giving you the latest of updates regarding them throughout this course of the week as well. But the fact is, the way that they've performed in this game, it was very, very important. We were, having this discussion off camera as well, that German and Spanish sides are brilliant because of the talent and the culture that they possess. But I think the way these young boys have really made the nation proud, the Pakistani fans over there also deserve a lot of credit. They've been turning out in scores to support these boys in green. So congratulations to all of them, and we will talk about their semi-final and then subsequently their final as well. A lot is going to be playing on their nerves. Then we move on and we discuss cricket, where Bangladesh tour of Pakistan is on the cards as well. They've announced that tour. They're playing Test cricket in particular, so it's going to be very important because this will be Pakistan's first look campaign that we see, obviously, under Shan Masood, and you've got some names that you'd like to see in the Test. Especially, I think I'm more looking forward to the bowling attack that Pakistan carries. For Bangladesh, it's also very important when you talk about this series. They've been in sort of a niggle. Well, they've had an okay World Cup, but then again, their side has looked to have that transformation as well. They need to move on from certain names, so they'll be very interested how they perform against Pakistan as well. And I think more than that, I'm very interested to see the pitches that Pakistan develop for this Test series. It's got to be very, very important. So we talk about in the, detail. Then we move on to the Asian Men's Under-18 Volleyball Championship. We give you the latest of updates regarding volleyball as well in detail. Pakistan's victory has been superb so far. They've been brilliant. They take on Japan in their second Super 8 game. They've already won the first one as well. They were unbeaten in their initial group stages as well, as they beat Kuwait, India and Korea, and then that sequence of victories continue. So we'll talk about that. Then we move on to the Paris Olympics and we give you the latest of details regarding that, the latest medals tally. Talk about the silver medalist from Turkey, the shooting extravaganza, the new sensation, the way he's been going. So we'll talk about that, and then Pakistan's subsequent competitions as well. We're going to be seeing GM Bashir, Arshad Nadeem is still there as well. So there's a lot to talk about regarding Olympics as well. And then we move on to something very important, the Asian Champions Trophy hockey tournament. Pakistan has announced their 40-member probables as well. So we'll talk about that in detail and, of course, talk about Pakistan's future course of hockey, and especially in this tour. It's already disappointing where, when we see that we aren't in the Olympics anymore. But the fact is that, every tournament now matters and it's got to be result-oriented, at the same time improving the quantity and quality of hockey as well. So we talk all about this, but first of all, we talk about the Norway Cup, which has been brilliant for Pakistan so far. To talk more on this, we've been joined by Saeed Mohammad Awais, who is with the team as a manager. Of course, he's a fellow expert and an anchor at PTV as well. Assalamu alaikum, Awais. How are you?
Walaikum Salam, Ahmed bhai. How are you? Congratulations to the Pakistan nation, and especially you.
Well, thank you very much, Awais. I'm very, very excited, but congratulations to you in general. We did talk about the fact that this German team is a very, very tough side as well. You talked about it as well. But 3-2, the scoreline. How would you like to elaborate this match first of all?
It was really tough. Seriously, the situation in the match. It was just up and down. The possession by the German footballers was exceptionally well. In the first round, if I talk about, they were leading initially they were leading with 1-0, but Pakistan players. In the 16th minute they came back strong. It was level again. Then in the 20th minute they scored one more goal. The Germans. It was 2-1. In the initial half, and it was really a tough match. They were superb with the performance. They were quick, they were fast, they had more possession. But the way Pakistan players came back in the last minutes of the next half, that was superb to watch. Last goal, it was just 1 minute left to match finish up, and it was scored. We won by 3-2, but it was a superb performance by the Pakistan team. And rightly pointed, if you just talk about the Germans, you talk about the Spanish. They are one of the best football clubs in the country. If you speak about Norwegians are not used to play 2 matches in a day, Ahmed bhai. Whereas if you talk about Germans, they're the ones who have strong build. They have good pace. They are used to play even 2 matches in a day. But the way Pakistani players performed today, you had hundreds of people over here. Pakistanis now anxiously waiting for the semi-finals. Just recently, before your call, there was a call from the Honorable Prime Minister office too for congratulating the Pakistan team. So everyone's looking forward, and I hope so. Again, I'll tell, inshallah, we win the gold medal and be back to Pakistan.
Well, certainly that's what we hope for as well. Where subsequently now the competition as it moves further from a coach and a manager's perspective, how do you handle victory? Because obviously in defeat there's a lot to note as well. But in a moment of victory, you need to not just only celebrate. Obviously these boys deserve, but you got to keep your nerves focused on the task which is next up at hand.
That's the biggest thing. Because when you're winning on a track, so no one much focuses on things what you need to actually focus on when you go on the highest level. Then like you're going to be playing semi-finals over here. We defeated a German club, but in the semi-finals we shall be playing against the Swedish club. Denmark club. So it's not going to be an easy one again in the semi-finals. But the way mistakes what our players had done today in the initial half, the coach, he spoke about Rashid Saab. He's one of the ex players of the Pakistan national team and the ex-coach of Pakistan national team. He spoke to the players regarding the mistakes what we had done, and we told them that you need to keep calm. It's a big match coming up. Your nerves need to be calm over here because we are fighting for the Pakistan over here. We need to fight for our pride. We need to win a medal over here for Pakistan. So everyone is excited. The players know what mistakes they had done. They are refreshing up. And in the fitness level, I will speak about this player specifically. The Norwegians, I even have been speaking about this players. Yesterday, we had some UEFA managers, we had some UEFA coaches over here visiting different grounds because they hunt talent from here. They literally were speaking about the Pakistani players, the way they have been performing well. And they again say that you have got talent, but it's that you guys need more matches in Pakistan to actually get the raw talent to play at the highest level.
Awais, what's the level of competition that you witness? We just talked about the German team and our boys as well. But overall, when you see these children who obviously are from the less privileged parts of society all around the world, not just Pakistan, if we move from beyond Pakistan, what's the kind of talent potential that you've seen?
If I just speak about this specially tournament, it's just Pakistan team which is made up of street connected kids. The rest all the tournament has professional clubs playing in it. They are literally a pro clubs. Which travel from different parts of the country. You've got 16 countries playing in this Norway Cup over here. Talent, obviously, if you talk about Germany, if you talk about Spain, you got Morocco team over here. So obviously, the infrastructure of football is much better than Pakistan over there because they have got more league matches, more club matches. But unfortunately, in Pakistan, you know what the situation is going on. But with that situation, our players, remember, they have been practicing from last 1.5 years. We selected around more than 100 plus players, then scrutinized them, got the best out of playing guys from that, and we brought them to Norway. Last year, if you remember, we won the silver medal. This time, everyone wanted one thing, that Street Child has been performing consistently well, but we need a gold medal from you guys because, unfortunately, when we reach the finals, we have a habit of losing in the finals in the penalty shootout. So I hope so. This does not have happen again because today when we were playing, I remember when it was an intense match, last minute goal before that, we were thinking that, oh God, it's going to be a penalty shootout again. So that literally creates a pressure even on our players, even on ourselves too. But the goal which was scored in the last minute, I would say, just few seconds to finish up the match, that just changed the momentum. And literally, if you could have called me before a few hours, the scream, the noise, it was so much over here on the streets that it would have been difficult even to talk on the phone.
Certainly, it would be, and I understand. But Wes, now moving on to the next stages, what's your message to not just the Pakistani community over there, which has been a tremendous support, but all the people who are praying for you at home?
Honestly, I was excited even to see the Pakistani fans back home. Watching the match on live social media platforms. Yesterday I was just going through the count out, and it was around more than in few minutes. I would say literally it was more than 60,000 people watching it on the social media. They have been supporting our players. The media over there has been superb with our team. They have been continuously sharing the news of the Pakistan team. Everyone is excited about it. The crowd in Norway of Pakistan, they have been superb. They have been waking up in the morning, coming to the grounds with the children, with the families, supporting a crowd, bringing water bottles for them, anything, chocolates for the players, everything. They have been superb over here. The message is clear. Pray for us. It's a big semi-finals in the evening. We are waiting for it, and it will be played at 8:15 Pakistan time. So everyone is waiting for that. I hope so. Inshallah, Pakistan wins on and goes to the finals, which will be played tomorrow. and gold to be for Pakistan.
Certainly, Awais. Well, all the best from our side, and inshallah, we'll see you when you come home as champions.
Inshallah. Thank you, Amri.
That was Syed Mohammad Awais, who's talked about the brilliance of the Pakistan Street Chal football team so far. They've been on an absolute roll, and I think congratulations to all of them. Now, of course, we move on and we discuss cricket in detail as well. Bangladesh is to tour Pakistan, and there's a lot more cricket coming home that we've got to talk about as well. Joining us in studios is our sports expert Ali Mehdi. Assalamu alaikum, Ali. How are you?
Walaikum salam, I'm very well.
Thank you very much for joining us. Right, Ali, Bangladesh has announced their tour to Pakistan. Obviously, for Pakistan's case, it's always great to see Test cricket at home. But I think initially, let's talk about what it means to Bangladesh.
No, it's massive. You know, Bangladesh are coming, I believe, after 4 years they're coming. They were one of the first teams to come regularly to Pakistan. So it's fantastic for them. They've done very well, you know, in recent times. You know, they've hosted a number of 2 test matches. And now they are actually coming, you know, to Pakistan after a period of 4 years. I think it's going to be a very competitive series, and we're going to see a lot of new names coming into that Bangladesh team too. They arrive in about 2 weeks time. They'll come to Islamabad. They'll be playing their first test match, I believe, from August 21st. At Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium, and before that, obviously, you know, I'm sure that they really will want to perform well against Pakistan. Previously, when they came, they actually lost 2-0, but this time I think they're really, you know, coming in on good form too. They've done very well in their home series too, and I think, you know, a lot of new blood will be coming to Pakistan.
Well, it's, you know, some sort of conditions that we can talk about are similar when you talk about Pakistan and Bangladesh, but for us, we've not just focused on the right kind of pitches that we need. If it is a runs galore, let's talk about the batters having a lot in this and the bowlers having to grind for their wickets. That's going to probably happen in most of the conditions when you tour around subcontinent. Spinners are going to come into play. And I think it's tremendous that we see Bangladesh do enjoy that kind of quality in their ranks as well.
No, they do in their ranks too, and if you look at their series, their home series too, they had some very competitive pitches. I mean, against New Zealand, I believe they drew 1-1 if I'm not mistaken, and you know, they've done very well at home. So, you know, they're a mature team now. They're playing regularly. They're playing all around the world. They've been fantastic at home too. So they're coming to Pakistan with a mission, and they want to perform very well in Pakistan, and I do believe that it's going to be a very competitive series. It's going to be, you know, tooth and nail, and the thing is that I think this time around, compared to last time where it was an absolute feast of runs, it's going to be very different. I think we're going to have more of a sporting wicket where it will support both batsmen and bowlers. Well, we hope that's the case. We know that, you know, there's a new curator who's actually working with the PCB to prepare these wickets, both at Rawalpindi and obviously at the second test match. I believe it's going to be in Karachi.
But as a fan's perspective, and as an analyst as well, I think two things combined now. What kind of pitches do you want to see in Pakistan?
Definitely you want sporting wickets actually to support both batsmen and support bowlers too. You want a green tinge on a wicket, and then, you know, obviously support the bowlers on the first day too, obviously the first few couple of hours. But then as the match progresses, you want the natural degradation of the pitch. You want the pitch to wear and tear to come along, you know, with the pitch. You don't want an absolute road where the wicket just remains like it remains like a cemented pitch or something, and you know runs galore. You want a natural wear and tear of the pitch. There should be grass on it, and as the wicket pitch progresses over the next 5 days, you see there's going to be wear and tear where it will support obviously the fast bowlers on the first day and the first couple of hours with the, you know, a tinge of green on it, and then obviously the batsman too. But then over the last few days, spin comes into that factor. So it should be that sort of wicket. It should be a traditional test wicket, because that is the sort of wicket which will help Pakistan when Pakistan actually goes abroad. And we know that Pakistan has faltered, you know, in big series against Australia, where, you know, we played very well, but we could not, you know, get over the line, and that is because of our inexperience on these sporting wickets too. So I'm hopeful that and everybody hopes that will be the case this time, and Pakistan will have a very good sporting wickets where they can actually fight very well against the Bangladeshis.
Well, I've been saying it for a while now that we understand that you know, our share of Test cricket is disappointing already. We've talked about this subject. We expect the PCB to do something about it, and I think right now Chairman PCB's vision surely transcends that's going to happen in the near future, that we're going to get an increased share of Test cricket. But considering the World Test Championship, Ali Mehdi, I've been saying this for a while now, that we need to treat it with equal importance as any other ICC event that we see around the world.
Look, at the end of the day, what happens at the culmination of 2 years? You have a World Test Championship final, and who's been in that World Test Championship final over the past on the 3 editions? It's been India. India has done very well. Obviously, they've made all the 3 finals. Obviously, they've lost. Actually, they've lost 2. There have been 2 finals. They've lost to New Zealand and they've lost to Australia in the 2nd edition too. So Pakistan actually needs to do that. And how are you going to go and compete for those 2 finalist positions? You have to have an exceptional home record. Unfortunately, Pakistan has been very poor at home. They haven't won a test match in, I believe, in about 3 years, which is, I think, which is just abysmal, which is just very, very sad to hear. We've not done well at home. We've obviously got whitewashed by England. Let's not forget last year, a couple of years ago. Then before that, we lost to Australia, won Series 1. You need to beat these big teams at home. If you want to perform very well in the World Test Championship, you need to beat the big teams at least at home. And that's what Pakistan, I think Jason Gillespie has been brought in to perform very well at least at home and be competitive abroad, so we can at least have a shot at those 2 finalist positions in the World Test Championship.
Well, certainly that could be the case, but I think for the part of stability, we're still going to see Shan Masood over there and everybody is playing. I'm always very excited to see Saud Shakil. But can it be a moment, Ali Mehdi, that just bring in a new sensation for Pakistan in Test cricket?
No, I definitely think so. I'm very happy with Shan Masood. I mean, look, he's only played 3 Test matches as captain, and in all 3 Test matches, let's not forget, against Australia earlier this year and at the tail end of last year, at least Pakistan competed. You know, they had their chances. Obviously, because of inexperience and immaturity, they were not over to get over the line. But I think it's going to be different. They've had about 7 months, about 7 to 8 months to prepare for this new series. So, and with a new red ball coach, I think, and with Shan Masood, you know, just focusing on red ball cricket, for that matter, I think there's going to be a lot of fresh blood. There's going to be, you know, you're going to see that hunger, that desire, and Pakistan's definitely going to really compete in this format. And I'm actually most excited about this format because we haven't seen Pakistan compete in it in a while. So I'm very excited along with Shan Masood. This you could say this leadership of Shan Masood and Jason Gillespie, I think it's going to get us many players, going to get us to new heights.
Well, certainly, and I think that Pakistan Shaheen's chapter has got to help us if we keep that transition very smooth for the players.
No, I think definitely. I think, you know, the fact that, look, Ahmed, this is the first time that actually a coach, a head coach of Pakistan has actually gone with the Shaheens or the Pakistan A team. Why? Because he's actually scouting. He's seeing which players are performing very well. And he's seen that talent pool too. Pakistan has a lot of talent pool, but it's about cherry picking and seeing which are the right players who should actually play for the national side, play for the test side. And I'm telling you, there are going to be some players who are actually going to who are going to actually compete, and you're going to have their stocks are very high. You talk about Muhammad Ali is over there, Kamran Ghulam is over there, Meher bin Yusuf is one over there. So we do have some players, but at the same time, you know, now that the coach has actually seen, you know, the structure, he's seen the emerging players, he'll be able to consult, obviously, with Shan Masood, and we're going to have the right players for that mix for that first test match, which begins on 21st of August.
Well, certainly, I think a lot is going to be addressed there, but then again, Ali Mehdi, I think my primary and your primary concern, our favorite, most hot topic in Pakistan remains our spin bowling department in Test cricket.
Oh man, I really didn't want to touch it, but you put me in a corner over it. Look, spin bowling has been a conundrum for Pakistan for a while. Let's be honest, you know, ever since Yasir Shah has faded away for a while now, since the beginning, or let's be honest, since the turn of the century, a turn of this decade, Pakistan has not been doing well at all in the spin department. And if you want to compete in the spin department, then if you want to compete on this format, you have to perform some good spinners over here. Obviously, Mehran Mumtaz is over there, Abrar is over there, but look, they have to be given a long, good run. They have to start focusing only on red ball cricket, because look, if you want to perform well, then look, the one example I'm going to give you is Nathan Lyon from Australia. He's only been focusing on red ball cricket, and he is the reason that Australia has been the premier team. You need some players to focus only on red ball cricket, on first class cricket, and perform well at that, you know, so they can stake their claim for the test team. So I think whilst, you know, this is a conundrum, we don't know who's actually going to play in that first test match. Hopefully Jason Gillespie knows something we don't, and we'll get the right combination. Along with that, one spinner or 2 spinners who will be playing for that team, because if we want to do well in this home series with 7 test matches over the next few years, we'll need some quality spinners.
Absolutely we do, and I think it's going to be a tremendous series because we've got a lot of cricket that is happening at home as well. But now we move on to your daily dose of updates on the Paris Olympics 2024, and we're going to be discussing them in detail. But first of all, let's take a look at the medals tally.
Hello. world, where you been? I've been waiting for you and your friends. One love begins. Tip top, we're starting at 10. If you believe that we can make some magic happen, say yeah. If you believe that we can make some magic happen, say yeah. Yeah, we on that new. We're chasing that energy, making move. When we hit the party, that body groove. We're chasing the sun, yeah.
Paris Olympics 2024 have showcased an impressive display of athleticism and national pride. China leads the medal table with a strong performance, securing 12 gold, 7 silver and 7 bronze medals. The United States is in second place with 9 gold medals along with 16 silver and 13 bronze medals. France is currently third, having earned 8 gold medals, 11 silvers and 8 bronze. Australia has moved up to 4th place with a total of 8 gold medals, 6 silvers and 5 bronze medals. The ongoing competition highlights the exceptional achievements of these top nations as the games continue to unfold.
There you have it, the latest of medals tally. Who leads the medals table in this report by Sabah? Ali Mehdi still joins us. Before we move on, I've got to ask Ali something very, very particular. What are the latest updates regarding the game so far? You've got an update on tennis as well for us.
Yeah, if you talk about the Paris Olympics right now, if you look at the medals tally, now it's taking real shape. We are almost, 1 week into the Olympics. 1 week is about to be completed and now it's taking shape. Now the Chinese are actually showing, their stealth, and they're showing, the fact that they really want to be on top. They have 12 gold medals, and, it was very different a couple of days ago, when the Chinese were around the 3rd or 4th position. But now they're taking off. They're doing very well in the gymnasts, and they're doing well in these indoor sports, and which they're actually very good. But then with the big weekend is coming up, we have track and field, and my favorite event, and I would say the hallmark of the Olympics, the 100-meter race. Who is going to win that? You have the 400-meter rally.
Fastest man in the world.
Who's the fastest man in the fastest woman in the world. This is the thing which is the best. When the track and field weekend, the first weekend after the this Olympics begins, that is the one you do not want to miss too.
Absolutely. And, there are, I think, two kinds of people in the world. One are champions, then there are others who are not champions. But then I think apart from all of us, there is one man who separates everyone, and that is Youssef Dekic. Now, who is he? What has he done? I think he's achieved a feat that we will forever cherish in the Olympics. This is something that everybody wanted to connect to. I mean, he's taken the Olympic world by storm. Let's take a look in this report and then we come back.
Youssef Dekic is a well-known Turkish shooter who made a name for himself in the 2024 Olympics. He gained fame for his exceptional shooting skills and remarkable performances in the competition. Youssef Dekic represented Turkey with pride and showcased his talent on the world stage, making his country proud. His achievements in the Olympics have solidified his reputation as a top shooter in the sporting world. He was the one with no specialized lenses, eye cover or ear protection, and he won a silver medal in the 10-meter air pistol at the 2024 Olympics. He has been likened to a regular guy competing at the Olympics or even a hitman. Dekic and Tarhan has won the silver medal in mixed team 10-meter air shooting on Tuesday. It was Turkey's first ever medal in Olympic shooting. In a world where age is often seen as a barrier, he shattered expectations and proved that determination and skills have no boundaries.
Well, there you have it. All you need to know about this great sensation at the Olympics in this report by Malaika and Mariam. I mean, Ali Mehdi, what an absolute treat to watch.
What an absolute treat, and role model for everybody. You could see the composure and how chill he was. The fact is that everybody has this equipment. They wear these sort of
air protection, eye protection,
but he didn't care. He said, this is very natural for me. He just wears his spectacles and he does his hand to do the talking. He lets his fingers do the talking, and that's what exactly emerged. He's grabbing silver medal. Well, what more could you want? I mean, obviously his partner was wearing that equipment, protective equipment, but for him this is very natural. So it just shows that you have these unique people who actually come through, and he's been the viral and the real sensation of these Olympic Games.
Absolutely, he has been. Well, Ali Mehdi, thank you very much. much for joining us. It was a pleasure having you on the show. That's your daily update of the Olympics that we talk about. Now we move on to Pakistan hockey, and certainly an element which is the Champions Trophy Asian that we focus on right now. To talk more on this, we're very honoured to be joined by former Olympian, somebody who has served Pakistan with pride, Mr. Imran Butt. Assalamu alaikum, sir. Welcome to Sports Extra.
Walaikum assalam. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Right, sir. So 40 probables have now been announced. What would you like to highlight about the tournament and Pakistan's squad that is to be selected?
Yeah, obviously, Asian Champions Trophy is nothing for us because this tournament is very good for us for the preparation for the next qualification for the World Cup and Olympics. And we have a good time to rebuild our team because if we are not qualified for the World Cup and Olympics, so nothing is achieved in our hockey system. So it's good. It's really good for the Pakistanis. They played a lot of tournaments before coming to the qualification. That's very helpful for the Pakistan team to qualify for the Olympics and World Cup for the next 4 years.
Absolutely. Well, apart from the fitness and the skills that we talk about, it's very important that we talk about the tactical approach of this squad as well. So how would you want to see them improve tactically against teams around the world?
Definitely, tactics is very important for us because in the modern hockey, every team growing up day by day, and Pakistan needs to be a good structure and a good coaching panel, just like Ronald old man. Then maybe Pakistan plan for the next events and next few coming matches because we need to be a modern hockey. If you saw the matches of the Olympic Games, you really surprised for the team the way they are playing in the structure and they build their teams for the Olympic preparation. So it's very important for the Pakistan. If we want to survive in our international hockey for the big events, we need to grow up and improve the fitness and the structure in the hockey.
Well, we've talked about this again and again of the way forward for Pakistan hockey, and I think it's become a bit of a cliche right now. But there is a two-end approach now, Imran. As a former Olympian yourself, you can imagine the pain of not seeing Pakistan in the Olympics. That's got to be something that we think about, that, you know, for the survival of hockey, not just in Pakistan, but, you know, generally around the world, our focus has to be that Olympic qualification.
Yeah, definitely. It's not the fault of the players, the fault of the system and the structure. If we go in the past, Pakistan played the last Olympic 2012, and after 2012, Pakistan didn't qualify for the annual Olympic just because of the system, just because of the planning. There is no planning, there is no system. So if you want to survive in the international hockey and you want to qualify for the next Olympics, you need to build their structure. I don't think so. Pakistan played a lot of matches in the last few years, and Pakistan didn't qualify for the Olympic Games and for the World Cup. If you need to be qualified, so you need to be planned for the next 4 years. I think for the next 8 years. So it's very helpful for Pakistan if Pakistan planned for the next 4 to 8 years. Otherwise, we didn't qualify for the next Olympics too.
Well, certainly. Well, thank you very much, Imran Butt, for joining us on Sports Extra. It was a pleasure having you. Right, that was former Olympian Imran talking to us about the 40 probables that have been announced for the Asian Champions Trophy that takes place in Horenburg, China. Of course, this Pakistan contingent is going to go with the tactical training, a lot of fitness routine there as well. Skills would be improved in this camp, and we're just hoping that, you know, we need to now step up as far as the players and the management and everybody at Pakistan hockey is concerned. I think that policy needs to be drafted in line with modern day hockey that is being played as well. Now, before we go, we've got a very special birthday wish to send out to two gentlemen particularly who've got their birthday. So, of course, Mr. Masood Abbasi and Mahmood Abbasi, a very happy birthday to you gentlemen from us at Sports Extra and PTV World in general. Enjoy your day. We wish you great years of success and Almighty's blessings as well. On that note, that's all we have time for. From me and my entire team, it's goodbye for now.